A man sits in front of it, Jared, 32 years old. His face looks pale. His eyes are tired, red, and full of fear. There's a small cut on his cheek, and his hands are shaking. He leans closer to the camera. His voice is low and serious. Jared, speaking softly. If you're watching this, I broke a promise. He pauses, swallows hard. This story was never supposed to be told. But I have to, because if I don't, someone else might go there next. He glances behind him nervously. Please listen carefully. And whatever you do, don't go to Whisper Hollow. The screen flickers slightly. In the background, something moves barely visible. But Jared doesn't notice. He stares into the camera like he's trying to warn the world. Before it's too late, the screen fades from Jared's face to a misty forest. Tall, dark trees stretch high above. Sunlight barely reaches the ground. The air is thick with silence. Three friends walk slowly along a narrow, muddy path. Jared leads, holding a worn map. Behind him are Lena, smart and cautious, and Marcus, always joking but now unusually quiet. Backpacks on their shoulders. Boots covered in dirt. Birds aren't singing. There's no wind. Just the sound of leaves crunching underfoot. Lena, looking around nervously. Are you sure this is the right place? Jared, the map says it should be close. Maybe another mile or so. Marcus, half joking.
Great.
Just a little walk into a cursed village. What could go wrong? Lena stops walking for a moment. She looks deeper into the woods. Lena, quietly. I don't like this forest. It's too quiet. Like something's watching us. Jared says nothing. He just keeps walking. The forest seems to grow darker the deeper they go. At the edge of the frame, a figure moves behind a tree. None of them see it. The camera lingers on the trees as the friends disappear into the woods. The whispers begin, soft and far away. The trees begin to thin out. The trail ends at a clearing. The three friends step forward slowly and stop. In front of them is a forgotten village. Broken wooden houses lean to the side, as if tired of standing. Roofs have caved in. Windows are shattered. Old wells sit in the ground, covered in moss and vines. The wind finally blows just a little. It carries a faint smell, something like old earth and fire. Marcus, quietly. Is this it? Jared, nodding. It has to be Whisper Hollow. They step deeper into the village. Dead leaves crunch under their boots. An old swing creaks slowly in the wind, but there's no one around. Then Lena sees it. A wooden sign, half buried under branches and dirt. She kneels and brushes it off with her hand. The words are carved deep, almost like scratches. Whisper Hollow. Leave the dead alone. She stands up, slowly. Lena whispers. We shouldn't be here. No one answers. The camera pans across the village. Shadows move between the buildings, but nothing is there. The forest behind them is silent. Too silent. Jared walks up to the nearest old house. The wooden door is half open. It creaks as he pushes it. The floor inside is covered in dust. Spiderwebs hang from the ceiling. Broken furniture lies in pieces. The air smells like mold and something rotten. Lena and Marcus step in behind him, looking around carefully. Marcus, wrinkling his nose. Smells like something died in here. Jared doesn't answer. He walks toward an old wooden table near the fireplace. Sitting on it is a thick book, covered in dust and dirt. The leather cover is cracked. A strange symbol is carved into the front, a circle with sharp lines around it. Jared opens the book. The pages are yellow and dry. Inside are dark drawings, twisted faces, long shadows, people with black eyes. Some pages are full of writing in a language none of them understand. Jared reading slowly. It's a diary or something like it. But this language. Lena walks over and looks at the page. Her face goes pale. Lena, shaking her head. That's Latin. Really old Latin. She looks around nervously. We shouldn't be reading this, Jared. Jared. Why? Lena. Because whoever wrote this wasn't normal. Look at these drawings. The camera shows one sketch clearly. A man standing in the woods, with no face. Suddenly, a soft thump is heard upstairs. All three freeze. They stare at the ceiling. No one says a word. Outside, the wind stops. That night, they set up their tents just outside the village. The fire crackles softly. Jared is still holding the diary, flipping through its pages with a flashlight. Lena sits close to the fire, arms crossed, eyes scanning the trees. Marcus leans back, staring up at the sky. Marcus, quietly. There are no stars tonight. Lena. Maybe that's a sign we should leave. Jared. We can't. Not yet. I think this book is part of what's keeping this place hidden. Suddenly, a cold wind blows through the trees. The fire flickers, then dies. They sit in complete darkness. Only Jared's flashlight remains, casting long, moving shadows. Then a sound. Whispers. Very soft. Coming from all directions. Words none of them understand, but they feel wrong. Marcus stands up, looking around. Marcus. Did you guys hear that? The whispers stop. Silence. Then, a branch snaps deep in the forest. Lena, grabbing Jared's arm. Someone's out there. They huddle together. Jared turns off the flashlight. Darkness swallows them. In the distance, something moves between the trees, tall, slow, and silent. They don't sleep that night. The sky turns gray. Morning comes, but the forest still feels dark. Lena wakes up first. She unzips her tent and steps outside. The ground is wet with morning dew. The fire pit is cold. She yawns and stretches, then turns toward Marcus's tent. Suddenly, she freezes. Lena whispers, Jared, come here. Now. Jared steps out of his tent, rubbing his eyes. Jared, what is it? She points to Marcus's sleeping bag. It's outside his tent. Ripped open, shredded. Deep claw marks tear across the fabric, for long slashes straight through it. But Marcus is sleeping next to it unharmed. Jared confused. What the hell? Marcus, waking up. What? What's going on? He sits up, sees the shredded bag, and goes pale. Marcus. I didn't hear anything. Lena slowly walks around the bag. She crouches, running her fingers over the cuts. Lena softly. Whatever did this was standing right next to him. They all look around. No footprints. No animal tracks. Just the clawed sleeping bag and silence. The forest watches. The group packs up quickly. No more jokes from Marcus. No more talk from Jared. Just quiet fear. They walk fast, following the path they came on. But after nearly an hour, they stop. In front of them is the same clearing with the same dead tree they passed before. Lena, confused. Wait, this is where we started. Marcus. That's not possible. We were walking in one direction. They try again. Different trail. More walking. More time passes. But once again, the same dead tree. Its bark is black. Its branches point like twisted fingers. At the base is a pile of small stones. Someone or something placed them there. Jared angrily. No. No, we didn't mess up. This isn't us. He throws down the map in frustration. Lena whispers. We're not lost. Marcus. We're trapped. The wind picks up. Leaves fly past. A distant chime rings once, but there's no bell. They turn back toward the village. There's nowhere else to go. Back in the village, the sky grows darker, though it's still daytime. Clouds hang low and heavy. Inside one of the old houses, Jared sits near a window, flipping through the diary again. Lena and Marcus sit nearby, silent and tense. Suddenly, Jared freezes. Jared, shocked. No, this wasn't here before. He turns the book toward them. A new page, clean and fresh, has appeared. Written on it are their names.
Jared,
Lena, Marcus. Next to each name are strange drawings, symbols none of them understand. Marcus, reading slowly. He will speak. She will bleed. One will stay.
They all go quiet.
Lena, nervously. Is it talking about us? Jared flips back through the pages. Some of the older drawings have changed. Now they look like the three of them, small sketches but familiar faces. One drawing shows a figure standing alone in the woods. Another shows a girl bleeding from her eyes. The last shows someone being swallowed by blackness. Jared whispers. It's writing itself. And it knows we're here. The air grows colder. A soft scratching sound comes from the walls, like fingernails on wood. Outside, the village is silent. Too silent. Late afternoon. Gray light filters through the broken windows. The wind has stopped. Everything feels still, like the world is holding its breath. Marcus stands near the edge of the village, staring into the trees. Marcus, softly. Do you guys hear that? Jared. Hear what? Marcus, pointing. Someone's calling me. Jared and Lena listen. At first, nothing. Then, a voice. Far away.
Faint.
Help me. The voice is weak, but familiar. Lena, panicked. That's your voice, Marcus. That's your voice. Marcus takes a step toward the trees. Jared. Don't. It's not real. But Marcus doesn't stop. He runs into the forest, yelling back. Marcus. I just need to see where it's coming from. Jared and Lena chase after him, but he's fast. They follow the sound of breaking branches, his footsteps, and the echo of his voice. Then suddenly silence. They reach a small clearing. No Marcus. Only his phone, lying on the ground, screen cracked, camera still recording. Jared picks it up. On the screen is the last thing Marcus saw. Dark trees. Then a pale hand. Then static. Lena begins to cry. Lena, shaking. We're next. Night falls fast. Lena and Jared sit close inside one of the old houses. The broken door is blocked with old wood. The diary lies closed on the floor between them. Neither of them speaks much. Then a sound. Soft footsteps on dry leaves. Jared slowly stands and looks out through a cracked window. His face goes pale. Jared whispers. Lena, don't move. She turns and looks through the window too. Standing just beyond the trees is a tall figure. Motionless. Dressed in black. Its face is hidden in shadow. Too long, too thin. It doesn't move. Lena, softly. Is it Marcus? Jared.
No.
That's not Marcus. The figure slowly tilts its head, like it's listening to them. Then it raises one long arm and points directly at the house. Suddenly, the flashlight flickers. The figure is gone. Jared opens the door, runs outside with the light, but finds nothing. No tracks. No sound. Just the dark woods watching them back. Behind him, the diary opens on its own. The next page is blank, except for one word, written in fresh red ink. Soon. It's almost midnight. The wind has returned, sharp and cold. Jared sits near the fire inside the house, staring at the diary. Lena is curled up in the corner, her eyes half closed. Suddenly, Jared hears a whisper. Not from outside. From inside. He looks up. Lena is sitting up right now, but something's wrong. Her eyes are wide open and completely black. Her lips move slowly. She's whispering something in Latin, the same strange language from the diary. Lena, in a low, strange voice. Intra silentium, audi vocem. In the silence, hear the voice. Jared backs away, shocked. Jared. Lena? Can you hear me? She doesn't respond. She stands up stiffly, still whispering. Her hand reaches into her pocket, pulls out a sharp rock. Then she kneels and begins drawing symbols on the wooden floor. The same ones from the diary, circles with teeth, eyes with no pupils. Blood starts dripping from her fingers. Jared shouting, "Lena, stop." He grabs her by the shoulders. She blinks. Suddenly, her eyes go back to normal. She looks down at the bloody symbols, then at Jared. Lena, scared. I don't remember doing this." Her hands shake. She stares at the blood, confused and afraid. Outside, the wind stops again. The forest is listening. Lena sits on the floor, staring at her bloody hands. Jared helps her clean them with water from his bottle, both of them silent. Then he notices something on her arm just below the sleeve. Jared, gently. "Lena, what's that on your skin?" She rolls up her sleeve slowly. There it is, a burn mark, red and raw. It looks like it's been branded into her flesh. A symbol, the same one from the diary's cover. A circle, sharp lines around it like teeth. Lena whispers, "That wasn't there before." Jared, "You didn't feel it happen?" She shakes her head. "Lena, no pain. Nothing." Suddenly, the diary opens again on its own. Pages flip fast, as if blown by an invisible wind. They stop on a blank page. Then, right in front of them, writing appears. One by one. She is marked. He will follow. Lena backs away from the book. Her breathing becomes shaky. "Lena, it's watching us. It knows we're reading it." Jared closes the diary and ties it shut with a piece of string. But deep inside, the pages still whisper. Outside, something walks slowly past the window. A long shadow glides across the glass, but no footsteps are heard. The next morning feels wrong. The light is dim, the air is heavy, and time seems slower. Jared and Lena explore the village again, searching for Marcus or a way out. They come across one of the larger houses. Its front wall has collapsed, revealing something strange inside. A trapdoor in the floor. Lena, hesitant. "That wasn't there yesterday." Jared shines a flashlight down into the hole. Old stone steps lead into the earth. Jared, "I'm going down. Whatever this is, it's part of the truth." They descend slowly. The walls are made of damp stone. The air smells like ash and old metal. At the bottom, they find it. A small underground church. The ceiling is low. Wooden pews are covered in dust. Candles sit melted on the floor, long since burned out. But there's no cross. Instead, at the front of the room, there's a large mirror hanging where a cross should be. It's cracked across the center, like it's been punched or smashed. Lena steps closer, staring at it. Lena whispers, "Why would they worship a mirror?" Jared, "Maybe it's not just a mirror." He reaches out and touches it. The surface is warm. Suddenly, a faint reflection appears, not theirs. A shadow behind them, tall, crooked, and moving slowly. They both spin around. No one is there. But in the mirror, the shadow still stands. Watching. Lena stands frozen in front of the cracked mirror. Her breath fogs the glass, even though the room is warm. Lena, nervous. Jared, it's still behind us in the reflection. Jared moves beside her. He looks at the mirror carefully. He sees himself, but something is wrong. His reflection is smiling. A wide, unnatural grin, stretching too far across his face. But Jared isn't smiling at all. Jared whispers, "That's not me." He raises his hand slowly. His real hand moves. But the reflection doesn't. The smile in the mirror gets wider. Then, the reflection blinks, but Jared doesn't. Suddenly, Lena screams. Lena, pointing at the mirror. "Look at my eyes." In the reflection, Lena's eyes are bleeding, thick, black tears running down her cheeks. But when they look at her real face, her eyes are normal. Lena, shaking. It's showing what's going to happen. Cracks begin to spread across the mirror, without being touched. Then, from the glass, a voice echoes softly. The mirror whispering,
Stay. Watch.
become. The room begins to shake. The candles flicker back to life, but with black flames. Jared grabs Lena's hand. Jared, we need to go.
Now.
They run back up the stairs, but the reflection in the mirror stays behind, still watching, still smiling. Jared and Lena burst out of the old house and into the open air. They breathe hard, both shaken and pale. Behind them, the village seems even quieter than before. But Lena stops suddenly. She's staring at the ground, at something small, dark, and out of place. A black feather. Lena softly. That wasn't here before. They look around. More black feathers trail through the village, leading behind another broken house. The two follow the trail cautiously, flashlights in hand. Each feather seems freshly fallen, untouched by dirt or wind. At the back of the house, behind fallen beams and rotting wood, they find it. A stone wall, covered in moss, and a door, sealed shut. The door is made from heavy stone, flat and smooth, with no handle. But across its surface are dozens of handprints. Some are tiny. Some are larger than any humans. The handprints are moving slowly, as if pressing from the inside. Jared whispers, "What the hell is this?" Lena, eyes wide. Something's trapped in there. They both step closer. As Jared touches the cold stone, the handprints stop. Everything goes still. Then one handprint turns red, and a whisper comes from behind the stone. The voice, soft, low. "She opened the door, now one of you must stay." Jared steps back quickly. Lena, panicked. "We need to leave."
Right now.
But behind them, the black feathers are gone. So is the path they came through. Only the door remains. The stone door creaks open, slowly, as if something is inviting them in. The sound is deep and heavy, like a tomb being disturbed. Jared shines his flashlight into the dark opening. A narrow tunnel leads down into total darkness. Carved above the entrance are faint words in Latin.
Atraitas.
Enter and be silent. Lena whispers, "We shouldn't go in there." Jared, "We don't have a choice. We're not getting out any other way." They step inside. The tunnel is cold.
Vet.
The stone walls are covered in scratch marks, some deep, some fresh. Finally, they reach the end. It opens into a round underground chamber. In the center is a black pit, wide and bottomless. No sound comes from it. No wind.
Noicho.
Just silence. Jared walks slowly toward it, the diary clutched in his hand. Then a whisper rises, but not from the pit. It comes from inside Jared's head. The voice inside his mind. Tell the story. Take their place. Or she stays. Jared falls to his knees, breathing hard. Jared, it wants me to tell the truth. It wants me to confess. Lena looks at him, confused and afraid. Lena, tell what?
What are you talking about?
The pit begins to pulse, like it's alive. Suddenly, the diary in Jared's hand bursts into flame. But the fire doesn't burn him. It burns silently, then goes out. The last page glows red and reads, "Only one leaves." The room begins to shake. The whispering grows louder. Lena screams as the edge of the pit cracks open wider. Jared looks at her, torn between saving her or obeying the voice. The ground shakes harder now. Dust falls from the ceiling. The black pit in the center of the chamber pulses like a heartbeat. Jared stares at Lena. She's holding onto the wall, eyes wide, screaming over the roar. Lena, Jared, we have to get out. Come on. But Jared isn't moving. He hears the whisper again, louder now, right inside his head. The voice. Tell the story or she stays. Jared, quietly to himself. If I speak, if I tell it, will it let her go? The voice doesn't answer, but the pit stops shaking. It waits. Jared, tears in his eyes. Take me instead. The chamber goes still. Lena screams his name as the ground beneath him crumbles, and Jared falls into the pit. Darkness swallows him whole. Jared wakes up gasping. He's lying on the floor of his apartment. It's morning. Sunlight shines through the window. He sits up fast, sweating, heart racing. No Forrest.
No, Lena. No diary.
Just silence. Jared, softly. Was it all a dream? Then he looks at his hand. It's covered in dirt. And on his arm, the same burned mark as Lena had. On his desk sits the diary.
Clean. Closed.
Waiting. Jared stares at the diary on his desk. It wasn't there before. His hands are shaking. Jared whispers.
No.
I left this down there. He reaches for it, slowly. As his fingers touch the cover, it flies open by itself. The pages flip rapidly, stopping at a fresh, handwritten message. The story must be told. Or the door opens again. Jared backs away. Suddenly, he hears something, a faint tapping sound. He turns toward his apartment door.
Top, top, top.
But it's not the door. It's coming from inside his mirror. He walks to the bathroom slowly. The mirror is fogged, but a message is written in the steam. Where is Lena? Jared breathes heavily. His reflection is smiling again, just like in Whisper Hollow. Jared whispers. She didn't make it out. The lights flicker. Suddenly, behind him, a voice. Lena, soft, ghostly. You said you'd help me. Jared spins around, but no one's there. Only the diary. Its pages flip again, landing on a single sentence. One page left. Start talking. Jared stares at the open diary. His hands tremble. The room is completely silent now, unnaturally so. He sits down in front of his camera. Clicks record. His face is pale. His eyes hollow. He speaks slowly. If you're watching this, I broke a promise. This story was never supposed to be told. His voice cracks. But she's still there. Lena. I left her behind. I thought giving myself would save her, but it didn't. The forest gave me back, but not her. The lights flicker again. A low, rumbling sound vibrates through the walls. Behind him, the mirror cracks. He doesn't turn around. I didn't think it would follow me home. But it did. It wants people to know. It wants the story to keep going. Suddenly, his camera glitches. The screen flickers, distorts, then returns to normal. Jared's eyes look distant now, almost empty. I'm telling it. I'm finishing it. Because if I don't... He pauses, listening to something we can't hear. Then he whispers. It'll open the door again. The camera keeps recording. Jared sits completely still. A tear rolls down his cheek, but he doesn't blink. The room behind him grows darker, shadows stretching unnaturally across the walls. A faint whisper fills the air. Dozens of voices, all speaking at once in a language no one understands. The camera begins to shake. Suddenly, Jared leans forward. His voice is different now, deeper, colder. Now it's your story too. You watched. You heard. You can't unknow. The lights go out. The screen goes black, but the audio keeps playing. Soft tapping. A distant scream. A final whisper. One of you must tell it next. Then silence. Just before the video ends, one last frame flickers for a second. A black feather on the floor.